All right, y'all. I'm gonna try to make this brief. Before I get off into this, let me plug the joint. Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. Period. Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. Now, today on the Manhood is a Skill Set show, we did touch on that a little bit, right? That it's okay to express to women that you desire them sexually. But if a woman feels like she's not getting anything from it and she's basically a human pincushion, most women ain't gonna fuck with you. Now, in some cases, what some women might do, they might barter with you. Like for some of you guys, where women are telling you to cash app them, or you're setting up a date. She don't like your date. She wants you to set up another date. On some occasions, it could be she gets the notion, I know this guy is full of shit. I know all he want to do is fuck. He just want to use me to get his nut off. So you know what I'll do? I'll see what I can get out of it. And maybe I'll give him some pussy, maybe not. A lot of women operate just like that. Real quick, I had a friend. Well, let me not say I had a friend. I have a friend, right? We used to work together, right? Now, and I told this story a handful of times, right? He used to, fuck with the dating app Plenty of Fish. And every now and again, he would meet chicks off that dating app, right? And he would basically tell them, yeah, he was interested in fucking, but more than a few chicks told him, okay, we could do that, but do this first. Like, buy me, because it's late at night. So they'd be on some, buy me some number two, a number two at McDonald's or something. You know what I'm saying? Bitches fucking for a Happy Meal and shit, right? We, women crave sexual desire without feeling used, right? So, and again, for some women who might feel like you just full of shit, again, they might say, you know what? Let me seek to get something else out of it, outside of sex, right? So I feel like if it turns out to be bad sex, if I do indeed decide to have sex with them, if it turns out to be bad sex, at least I felt like I got something out of it, right? Now you'll have some women who they ain't fucking for Happy Meals, they fucking for trips, right? So you do, and that's levels to how chicks move. You know what I'm saying? As far as how much money they're gonna make you spend if they ain't really feeling you like that, right? Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. Now, real quick, for my Patreon people and my channel membership people, this is what we're gonna do. Join me as I dive deep, 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 hitting the bottom of the complex world of female desire and see if I could truly understand how women crave intimacy without feeling used. We're gonna talk about that, right? We're gonna take a deeper dive. And one of the things we're gonna talk about is this right here: appealing to a woman's feminine sensibilities, creating a dynamic where both parties feel valued for their unique contributions to the relationship, embracing qualities that resonate with feminine energy. And let me just say this about feminine energy: a woman's sexuality is an important cog in the wheel of her feminine energy. Okay, and I said this: women most definitely want to feel desired. As women, they want to feel desired, right? That's the only way they can get into a relationship, if a man desires them. And they understand that men, for the most part, the first desire they're gonna seek is sex. Women understand this, right? Now, some women try and fight that, you know what I'm saying? But can't fight biology, baby. You can't fight nature. Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. So, and I'm glad I said that about you can't fight biology or nature, right? Women crave sex just as much, if not more, than men do. And women are more than down to get sex in a casual situation. However, women crave sexual desire without feeling used. Real quick, just in case some of you don't know, right? Years ago, when I was a much younger man, I mean, black don't crack, but when I was a much younger man, when I was in my early 20s, right, there would be occasions where I would meet, some women. I'm out and about, club, bar, lounge, what have you. And I'm talking to a young lady, and it's very evident that we're both feeling each other, right? Mutual sexual desire. But every now and again, I would get this playful, okay? Now, mind you, playful pushback, playful pushback. Because sometimes, guys, when women are hesitant or they show any type of hesitation or trepidation or resistance to what you're saying and or doing, you need to pay attention and take that shit seriously, right? Because if a woman is trying to tell you, I'm not feeling you like that, then you need to back all the way off and leave her the fuck alone, right? Now, in the stories I'm about to tell, it was playful. It wasn't a firm, like, I'm not interested. No, it was playful. So I might say something along the lines, after it was clear that we were both feeling each other that way. Clear, mutual desire being shown, right? I'll be like, all right, girl, look, let's get on up out of here. You know, I want you, you want me. I don't know why we even playing. Let's get up out of here. And I might say something along those lines, maybe not exactly, word for word like that. And the chicks would say something along the lines, oh my God, I would love to. Oh, I would love to. You got me so, so hot. I don't want you to think bad of me. Right? They would say something along those lines, right? And or they might say something like, I don't want you to think I'm easy, or I don't want you to think I'm a hoe, right? They might say something like that, right? And I would say something along the lines, well, how can I judge you for participating in the same activity I'm participating in? So if I think you're a hoe, that means I would be a hoe too, because we're doing the same thing. Let's be hoes together. True story, right? But I would be close to them though, like whispering it, like kind of caressing their face or something like that, right? Or holding their chin, and saying that shit. And every time, it only happened a handful of times, but every time that happened, and I said something along those lines, it was back to the crib, right? Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. And here's the thing, and this is something to think about. Oftentimes, when women engage in casual sex encounters with men, especially on the first night, okay, possibly even on the first date as well, but specifically on the first night, oftentimes there really isn't any expectation, right? Unless the woman likes you beyond sex, but she is still willing to engage in that casual sex encounter, but she's feeling you beyond sex, then there might be some expectations on her behalf. But oftentimes there really is no expectations, primarily because the woman doesn't even know what the sex is going to be like, right? Right? They don't know what the sex is going to be like. So, but one of the things that they will think about, especially if they are a combination of highly physically attracted to you and sexually attracted to you, one of the things they might think about is, damn, this man is so fine and so sexy. What if the sex is amazing and he don't want to see me no more after tonight? Women got to think about that. They got to consider that. And I'm not saying it always pops into their heads, but I'm sure it does often, right? Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. So, one of the things I talked about recently is how a lot of guys hint at sex and you kind of tiptoe around the pussy, you know, pussyfooting, pussyfooting, right? And women know what you're doing, right? But I'm gonna tell you, and you can ask the women that you deal with. For some women, that might be a little offensive because it's like, damn, I'm a grown ass woman. He's a grown ass man. I'm cute. He cute. Why he bullshitting like this? Don't he know I know he wants some pussy? Yo, real quick, I remember one time this woman that I dealt with years ago, right? We dealt with each other, but we never had sex, right? And she reached out to me on Facebook Messenger. She reached out to me on Facebook Messenger and she asked me straight up, do you want some pussy? Back in the day, I didn't give you none. Do you want some now? Swear to God, right? And my response was, I think if I was in my 20s, I might have been like, yeah, girl, why you playing? You know what's up, right? I might have responded like that when I was younger. But now that I'm at this advanced stage of my life, when she said that shit to me, I was like, what makes you think I want to fuck you? Like, I'm like, girl, it's been years. What makes you think I'm still sexually attracted to you? The nerve of you, the audacity, the unmitigated gall of you to think that I would still be sexually attracted to you just because I was all them fucking years ago, right? Now, and I was, but that's besides the fucking point. That's besides the goddamn point, right? How dare her assume that shit, right? Now, but when she said that shit to me, I'm like, and I told her, I said, I gotta catch up with you first. We gotta catch up and we'll see what's up after that. She was like, come on, just tell me, right? And I said, girl, I already told you. We need to catch up. When I see you face to face and we holler at each other, we'll see. Right? Guys, just because a woman is throwing it at you, or at least giving the appearances, because you never know, of throwing it at you, you don't just automatically take the shit. Right? Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. Right? Now that was just a little bonus joint right there. But here's the thing, guys. One of the things that I tell you guys is this, right? And shout out to Boss Mac. Do you have the heart to be ruthless? A lot of you guys, you want to casually date women with a boyfriend's compassion. You want to casually date women with a husband's concern. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. If you're gonna be out here casually dating women, you would be or want to be womanizers and players, bro. Do you have the heart to be ruthless? So on one hand, you cannot really give a fuck about how a woman feels if it's not in alignment with what you're doing, while at the same time, you still have to treat her like a fucking human being, right? And I don't mean like act like you're treating her. I mean like really like she's still a human being. You can still be courteous, right? And what I mean by that is this. If I'm dealing with a woman and she wants to date first and get to know each other first, and then maybe sex can happen, I don't give a fuck that she wants to do that. Now, I can respect her boundaries. She's telling me her boundaries, right? Whether she's bullshitting me or not, she's verbalizing to me what her boundaries are. So, regardless of how I feel about it, I'm going to respect it, right? So I'm not going to be pushy with it. So she's like, I'm like, nah, girl, I'm not trying to do all that. But when you get ready to make something happen, feel free to hit me up. Right? I'm just basically gonna let her know we're not gonna do what you're talking about. But if we ever do anything at all, basically it's gonna be what I'm talking about. And then I'll put the ball in her court, and then she can do with it what she wishes. Okay. Hold on, y'all. God damn it. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. All right. It makes no difference to me what she does with it, right? But at the same time, see, here's the thing. When we talk about women crave sexual desire without feeling used, the number one component, right, or the main components, right, is making sure that you're transparent. You're decisive, you're direct, you're transparent, and you're straight up with women. See, if women know what angle, quote unquote, you're coming from, then they can prepare themselves for the likely outcomes. You see what I'm saying? So even if they are consenting to leave with you that night for a one night stand, or if you guys go out on a date and y'all doing some, first date fucking, right? At least they know where they stand. And part of women having expectations is some of you guys are, you're doing shit where it's causing a little bit of confusion, maybe some mixed signals, where a woman might feel like, oh, this could be much more than just a sexual encounter. But unbeknownst to her, that's not what you want, right? Then what ends up happening is you reveal to her with your actions later on that you're not really feeling her as much as she thought. Women crave sexual desire without feeling used. And all you got to do, fellas, is women should always know the role that they're playing in your life. They should always know where they stand. They should always understand the assignment. And I've said this, there is no shortage of women who are down to be a fuck buddy, so as long as you lay out that that's what it is. Like, share, subscribe, Patreon people, channel membership people. I'm going to give y'all the extended version. We're going to really break this down. And guys, I'm going to give you some practical tips on how to be that guy where you crave that woman, she craves you, but based on the way that you're moving, even if you were using her, she would be okay with it. Peace.